Okay, so today what I'm going to be going over is how to fairly easily increase the privacy inside of your house and also possibly even increase security for it. And what I mean by that is by putting reflective window film onto your windows. What this will do is, as long as the outside is brighter than it is inside your house, it will create the illusion of a one-way mirror so that you can see outside, but people on the outside of your house cannot see inside. It'll look like they're looking at a mirror, kind of like it is when you watch those police shows and they're doing interrogation and they're in the interrogation room and it's darker or it's lighter in there, and then they have the other people on the other side watching. And you even see these at some supermarkets and whatnot where they have window film so you don't see inside, like a manager's office or something like that. So the window film that I'm going to be using is something that I have purchased off of Amazon, and I will be providing a link to it. It is by Decorative Film. It's BDF, I think it's BDFS05, I think that's the one that I went with. And they include directions on how to, or a link for how to put it on. And they also include some directions on the side of the box and what you need to do and whatnot. So I will grab a short little shot of what it looks like on the outside, and then I will come back inside and kind of show what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so now that I got some of the prep work done that I wanted to do, the prep work that I wanted to get done was I measured the inside of the window to see what size it was for both window panes, and then I cut some of the window film and I left about, they say in the directions, about an inch on all sides so that you have a little bit of wiggle room. So I have it cut right now, and as you can see it's reflective. So I got this stuff cut and whatnot, and I got two pieces of it because I want to do both sides of the window. The stuff that I bought was extra dark. You don't have to buy extra dark if you don't want to. And now what I need to do is I need to separate and figure out where there's a protective plastic lining that the side of the glue is on. Figure out which side has the clear protective plastic on, and figure out which side is the actual window film. So the way that we will do this is going to get, first off, a little piece of tape, and we're going to stick on one side here, and then we are going to get another piece of tape and we are going to stick it onto the other side right over here. And what that will allow us to do is to hold both pieces of tape. I'm going to move this one actually a little bit closer over here so that it's directly on the other side. So you see how I got them on both sides now? So now I can try to, there. Now I know which side is the clear plastic. Okay, so now that I know which side is the clear plastic and which side is the window film, so I've got my spray bottle. I got it filled with 60 ounces of water, and I put about 8 to 10 drops of soap in there. So now what we got to do is just shake it up to get a nice soapy mixture. So that's ready to go. The next thing we got to do is slowly start to separate the clear plastic from the window film. And as we peel back a little bit of the clear plastic, we need to spray the backing of the window film so that it's nice and wet and doesn't stick to itself. So I'm going to get this set up here in a second. Alright, so as you can see, this is fairly reflective. So now I'm going to get this and start to pull it apart while spraying. Okay, so now I know that which side is which. I'm going to flip this over just to make it a little easier for me. So here's the clear plastic. And what I'm going to do is move that down a little bit. And I am going to leverage the foot of my, since I'm on carpet, I can't do it like I did my other window, which I had on the bottom other side of the window film where the tape is at. I actually stuck it to the floor in my kitchen to make it easier. So now I'm just going to start spraying this. So I basically used the piece of tape is underneath the foot of the tripod for my camera so that I can easily pull this apart and just kind of spray as I go. So I'm going to get this finished real quick and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, so now I have the whole entire thing sprayed down. You can see. So now we're going to go back into my office and prep the window. Okay, so now I'm back in my office and they do send you some tools inside the box. They'll send you this, which will help. Okay, yeah, they send you, it's like a little squeegee. You're going to want to use this side, which has, it looks like some felt or some microfiber or something like that. Use this side when you are trying to expel all the water. And I will use this side for around the edges for trimming. And then they will also send you a little razor blade. So now I'm going to open up my office window here. And the next step in this process is the window needs to be sprayed down. Now if you see some other people who have done this and it looks like it crinkled up on them and they have like creases and whatnot, they probably forgot to either spray down the window or spray down the window film. I have a few spots I need to spray the window film yet, so there, that's done. Know what I can do is work on placing the window film. And being that everything was wet down really nicely, I can actually slide this a little bit. And I'm going to move this out of my way. And I can use the edge of that for that edge. Maybe what I'll do is, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use there to get behind that. part of the window. Pull that back over so it stays flush there. Pull it back a little bit again so it gets flush against the window. If you want, you can also take out, if your window comes out fairly easily, like comes off the track, so you can, for cleaning and whatnot, you can also do that to make things go a little bit easier for you. Mine will do it, but it's cold. I'm not going to do that right now. As you can see, snow on the ground. So let's flip that around. And now I'm going to use the side with, it's either felt or microfiber, just to work the water out. If you've ever tinted car windows, this should be a second nature for you. It should be fairly easily done. I will go through and trim up some of this after I finish this part, and then I will fully trim the rest of it after it's been drying for a few hours. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because it'll be easier to get it to stay in place, not have the window film move all around on me and whatnot. Trim the bottom of this. I'm going to trim it a little bit with extra, so I'm not going to go flush against the window. Just for that little extra wiggle room here and there, in case if I should need it. And as you can see, some of it's starting to pull away from the window, and that's why I like to wait for it to dry for a few hours before I will do a full trim of everything. I just kind of wanted to get the bottom taken care of so that I can push some more of this water out. And I'll do this a few more times on here to try to get as much of the water as I can see out from inside the film, because otherwise when you look at it from the other side, it'll look like there's air bubbles inside there, and you kind of want just a uniform look to it. And as it starts to dry out, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to get these water bubbles out. So there's kind of that one right there. As you can see, the difference between this is the film that I have is the extra dark. So you can see what it looks like between the one that's done and the one that's not done. Now, if it was light outside, or if it was dark outside and I had the light on inside my office, the whole one-way mirror effect would be reversed. So this would look like a mirror to me, and I would not be able to see outside. But people on the outside would be able to see in, because that's the way it works. Is that wherever the is the lightest, that one is going to have the mirror effect to it. So right now, if people try looking into this window, it's going to look like a mirror to them, whereas the other window they'll be able to see in just fine. You can see the sun is starting to come out. I may go outside and show what it looks like right now. I mean, I still got some work to do on this yet. I see that up on top here, there's it seems to want to be pulling away still, so that one I'll have to work on when it starts to dry out a little bit, and I can start seeing some of the water bubbles in here and whatnot a little easier now. As it dries, I'll be able to get even more out, because it will as the glue starts to set, it won't let some of these bubbles reform in here. But it also gets to be a lot harder to get the bubbles out. So if you can get as many out while you have this up, but at the same time go gentle on this, because you don't want to push hard enough on this window film that you actually cause ripples in it. Then it just looks like it was like a hack job. So it's looking fairly good right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for a while, and then I am going to trim it, and then I'm going to do the other side. I don't want to do the other side just yet, because I want to trim this first. I might take the window off. For my window, it comes off all the tracks. That might be easier for me to get the second window done, since I do have my desk right in the way of the other side of the window. So there is basically how to put up this window film, and it will add, the few things that it will do is, in the summertime, it will help keep some of the sun rays out, so it'll help keep your house a little bit cooler. So it definitely has a effect for that, for an economical effect for that, for keeping your house cooler during the summer. it will help keep privacy. So if you have any neighbors who are pricks, like me, it will be harder for them to look inside your house, and basically they won't be able to tell if you have your blinds open or closed. And it will also help with a little bit of security, because if you have, like, let's say you have some nice really big stereo equipment or a nice really big screen TV, and you don't like people to see what's inside your house, you can put this up, and during the daytime it will help with that, to keep people from seeing it. The downfall of doing that is that it might spark curiosity, though. So that's always the downfall with keeping eyes out of your business, is it sparks curiosity. And then at night you basically just want to close your blinds, because then people will be able to see in and you will not be able to see out. So there's that. I will get a video here in a little bit of what it looks like. I'm going to shut the blinds for my window when I go outside and get a little video, or I'll probably do some pictures, or maybe some pictures and a video of what it looks like with one done and one not for the BDFS05 reflective window film. And then I'll of course show you what it's like when it's all done. Okay, so I finished both sides. Just finished them a while ago, and I've been letting them dry out. I got a fan blowing on them. The one side that I did, which I recorded the video for, took me about 20-25 minutes. Mainly because I was going through and doing the video and going kind of slow with that one. The other side took me 12 minutes to do. So I was able to do, if I wasn't doing the video, it would have taken me about 24-25 minutes, maybe half an hour for both sides. So not too bad, and of course I did them both by myself. I did take the window out for the other side that I did not do, and that posed a little bit of a challenge, which took me, which accounted for the extra time. It would probably take me about 10 minutes, or a little bit under 10 minutes. And the reason why it posed a little bit of a challenge is because I had laid my window down on carpeting, and I put the window film over it, and I had to reposition a little bit a few times, and so there was a little bit of overhang. So it was about ½ inch or ¼ inch overhang on all sides for trimming and whatnot. And then I noticed that there was a little bit of crinkles here and there, and the crinkles actually turned out to be pieces of hair that had picked up on the carpeting when I had laid it down and was repositioning it a few times. So that posed a little bit of a problem there. Probably could have left the window up and done it that way. So I'm going to go outside and get a shot and a few videos of what it looks like on the outside. I'm going to leave my blinds open this time. Okay, so I wanted to quickly show what it looks like with this window film when it is dark outside, like nighttime, but it's light on the inside. So I got, it's dark out, it's 9 o'clock at night, and I have the light on in my office. So, as you can see, it's like a direct mirror. So that's what it will look like. That's why I say at nighttime you kind of want to hold the blind shut, because otherwise you won't be able to see out, but everybody will be able to see in. Blinds are completely open, and this is what it looks like on the outside. Can't see in. I can't see it at all, even if I put my camera all the way up there. Can't see in. See a few little bubble areas I gotta get, but for the most part, yeah, looks awesome.